Hey guys, Mr. Bornian here. I'm going to show you how to utilize the Silk Road trading game here on my screen and the copy of the Google My Map spreadsheet that we've been working on to go ahead and upload information to your map, and I'm going to show you some tips on how to fill this in. I'm going to start first actually with how to fill in the spreadsheet so we can continue to eliminate some of these X's as quickly as possible. And then at the end of the video, I'm going to show you how to upload that information onto your Google My Map that we created yesterday. So let's just go ahead and get started. The first thing that I need to keep in mind is that I am responsible for filling in all of the yellow cities to meet the minimum green standard on my map. This is our basic research that we need to do. For each city, I'm going to go ahead and eliminate the different X's that you can see here on my mouse that I'm pointing at and replace them with the information. I'm going to type that information into these different boxes, and that way when I upload to my map, all this information will show up. I'm going to get all this information from the game. I'm going to utilize these different paragraphs at each one of the slides. I'm going to utilize the trade feature in the game to buy goods, and then I'm going to travel down the Silk Road, and each time I get to one of the cities that's on my map, I'm going to go ahead and stop. I'm going to collect information. Sorry about that. So I'm in Zhuanghang. I finished filling out Zhuanghang just like we practiced in class, so I'm going to move on to the next city on my Silk Road list, which is Kashgar. So I'm going to leave the town, go ahead and move on. It doesn't matter which route I take. I'm going to take the northern route because I can also double dip that and get some information for physical features. So I'm going to go ahead and take the northern route. You'll notice we've turned off food and we turned on fast forward so that we could quickly travel from place to place. Now before I enter the city, I need to make sure that I go up here to the top and I read about my different physical features because I can enter that into my spreadsheet as well. So when I go up here at the top, I read about the fact that these different deserts, the Gobi and the Taklamakan deserts, are very hot. This paragraph is going to give me more information about the Taklamakan desert, so I'm going to go ahead and just scan it real quick. It gives me some information about sand dunes. It gives me some information about the height of the sand dunes, about the difficulty traveling across the sand dunes, and it gives me some information about sandstorms. It also says that daytime travel was too hard, so people had to travel at night. There's not a lot of desert. So I've got enough information there to run a paraphrase. I'm going to go over here to my section that we set up before on the Taklamakan desert right there. I'm going to add that in. Alright, so I've got that completed. I've also got my citation that you can see right here in place. Go ahead and just enter. I'm done with that part. Now, in the game, I'm not in Kashgar, I'm in Turfan. So I'm going to enter the city. Quickly, before I leave the city, though, I'm going to make a trade. Even though I'm not in Kashgar, I'm going to pick up these two items. I'm going to sell these other ones because they're already here in my spreadsheet, and that'll help me continue to grow my list of trade goods. So I'm going to sell my musk, sell my camphor, pick up my raisins, I'm going to pick up my apricots, and then I'm just going to simply hit move on. Alright, so I've gotten to the edge of the next city. I read up here at the top. There's not a ton of new information that I don't already have. So I'm going to continue on. Again, I'm reading through here. Nothing really new that I need to write down yet. I'm going to go ahead and enter the city. Now I'm going to make a trade again. before I get rid of the raisins and the apricots and pick up the rhubarb and the sal ammoniac, I am going to write down some information here for my goods traded for in Kashgar. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to keep open this goods traded, the musk camphor section. I'm going to highlight the whole thing, Control C. I'll go down to Kashgar, goods traded for. This is what the people of Kashgar want. Control V, I'm going to paste that in. I know in Kashgar I can also sell these items here, silk, porcelain, tea, and cashmere. So Control A, Control C, go back down to here, go to the end, Control V. I've added those in as well. Now lastly, I need to add in raisins, dried grapes, a food good. I got that from the Silk Road trading game. And I also have apricots, a type of sweet fruit, popular, in the markets. Citation. Done. You'll see my list of goods traded for is pretty big right now for Kashgar, and it'll continue to get bigger because in the game I'm going to go ahead and sell these two. Pick these two up. Then I'm going to move on. Now again, I'm looking up here at the top as it goes. I'm not seeing any new information. It's just more information about the desert. So I'm going to go ahead and enter Kashgar. Now inside of here, I have a couple of different things that I can do. So first I can see the number of miles that I've traveled to get to Kashgar, 2,496. So I'm going to go ahead in my game, go over here to miles traveled, 2,496. So I got that one completed. I can go over here to this section. Down at the bottom, I can add 2 new trade items. So I go into trade. People in Kashgar want rhubarb. What is rhubarb? I'm reading down here at the bottom of the screen. Rhubarb is a plant whose roots are used chiefly for medicinal purposes, especially in traditional Chinese medicine. All right, so I'll add that in right here. Roots of a plant used in medicine. Silk Road trading game. Semicolon. The other one is this thing called sal ammoniac. Sal ammoniac, if I hover over it, is a rare mineral from the mountains of North Kucha. It is used in the dyeing process as a medicine. So this is another medicine. It also is used to make leather. All right, so I can just put this in. Sal ammoniac used in medicine and making leather. Comes from Kubar Mountains. Silk Road trading game. Alright, so I've got that. All the stuff that I can sell in Kashgar. The goods traded in Kashgar are pepper and ebony. So, go up to my game. Got pepper. A spice on the Silk Road. Doesn't have anything else with that. So I'll move on to the next piece, which is ebony. Ebony is a dense black wood that, when polished, becomes very smooth and beautiful. It is used to make artwork and various other goods. So I can put that in. Ebony is a polished, dark wood. Very valuable. All right. Citation. All right. For the origin of the goods, I need to go back to the game. See where Kashgar is on my map. So on this basic map, it doesn't really give me much information about the full geographic location, so I'm going to use this map up above. So I'm going to click on that map up above. I can look at the routes, so that'll show me the routes, but it doesn't show me where Kashgar is. So I'm going to use a political map, because political maps tell me places names like cities and those sorts of things. I'm going to look down here. I know Kashgar is right there. I've hovered over Kashgar. You can see where that is. And Kashgar is over here in the Kushan Empire. So I'll add that in, the origin of the good. Pepper, Kushan Empire. And then I can put in the next one, ebony, Kushan Empire. So I've got those pieces in place. The major physical features. What are the major physical features around Kashgar? Oh, for that one, I'll have to unclick the map. At the western end of the desert, your caravan reaches the largest market city of Kashgar, where you can trade and rest before tackling the next challenge on your journey. So it doesn't tell me yet, so it's kind of like when we were in Jian, where I have to leave to find the physical feature. So just as I've done before, I'm going to make some trades. Go ahead and trade my porcelain. I'm going to trade my silk, trade my rhubarb, trade my salmoniac, pick up my pepper, pick up my ebony, and I'm going to move on. There's my physical feature right there, the Pamir Mountains. So I'm in the Pamir Mountains. It's going to tell me about these really tall mountains, 14,000 feet. Those are like my Colorado mountains, the roof of the world. So I can get my physical feature for Kashgar there. So I'd go over physical feature. And then just like I did before, I'm going to enter in the information. So I hope this video helped you figure out how to use the game to start filling in the spreadsheet. You can see as I've gone, I've continued to add more and more and more information. The next video that you open up, you'll see my completed spreadsheet, and I'll show you how to put it into the Google Maps. Thanks guys for checking this one out. I'll see you again soon. Bye.